Let's follow these particular steps to, first of all, you have to install Microsoft Office on your laptop, where be it 2007, 2010, 2013, 16, or latest or the latest version. But the one I'm going to use throughout this training is 2007 because I realize most of us have 2007 Microsoft. Even though it's applicable in any other version, so it doesn't matter the version. So you are after you must have installed Microsoft Office Excel or Microsoft Office on your system or on your machine. All you need to do now is to locate Microsoft Office Excel. How can you do that? So our first step in this computing student result is opening Microsoft Excel. So now let's run alone and then open Microsoft Excel. You click on the start button. Click on the start button, whether you're using Windows 10 or Windows 8 or Windows 7. You see a start button here, something like this, but my own is blue color. I think in Windows 7 is colored. You see red, blue, green also. So you click on all programs, click on all programs. So from all programs, now I will need you to scroll. If you scroll with your mouse, it's not working. Just look at this particular side. This is the navigation scroll bar. You click this arrow to scroll downward, click and hold it, scroll downward, look for a folder named Microsoft Office. See Microsoft Office. I'll click on the drop down arrow, then I'll scroll down again, look for Microsoft Office Excel. I think this is Microsoft Office Excel 2007. Then I'll click. Now, when I click Microsoft Office Excel, it will launch the application. So this is the environment of Microsoft Office Excel. So before you start anything in Microsoft Excel, we need to look at the overview. You need to know everything that is there. So first of all, look at where they wrote book one, where it is written book one, Microsoft Excel. That is the title bar. The title bar. Then secondly, we have the quick access toolbar where we have a shortcut to save, undo, and redo. This one we call it the quick access toolbar. Then we have the office button. If you are using Office 2007, this one is office button. But if you are using Office 210 and 13 or 16 or the latest version, you will not see the office button. You only see file tab. So after the office button, this home is a tab. We call it a tab. We have home tab, insert tab, page layout tab, formula tab, data tab, review tab, view tab. So under each tab, we have a ribbon. So this is home tab. So we have a ribbon called clipboard, font, alignment, number, style, and so on and so forth. So under insert tab, we have a ribbon called table, illustrations, charts, links, text. These ones, they are tabs. Then under each tab, we have a specific and a unique ribbon. So under the ribbon, we have where it is written A1. It is called the cell address. That is the cell address. If you are looking for a house, you need an address of that house, right? So we assume everything here is a house. So if I click here, the cell address will change because I've clicked on a different location. So this is where the cell address is. We are going to, you will know about this more through the training. And then we have the formula bar, where if you write a formula, this is where you're going to see the formula of a particular cell. So where you see label, where it is labeled A, B, C, D, O alphabetically, we call them the column header. That is the column header or the reference. If you want to refer someone to a particular house or a particular cell here, you're going to call the column header. Are you getting me now? Now the column header are tagged A, B, C, D, E, F to hold my control key and press my right arrow key. This is the last column, XFD. XFD. So control key plus my left arrow key, I'll come back to my first cell. So that is the end of the column. So if we're talking about column or the column reference, we're talking about the alphabet there. So that means the alphabet represents the column header. Now, the next, we have the row. The row where you're seeing labeled 1, 2, 3, where they are labeled 1, 2, 3, we call them the rows. The rows. Now we have row 1, row 2, row 3, row 4. If I press my control key, arrow down, I'll go to the last arrow. So just look at the number of number of rows that we have in this particular sheet. So this is control plus up arrow key. I'll come back to my first cell. So the numbers 1, 2, 3 represent the rows. So this is what is happening here. Where a column and a row intersect each other, this is a particular intersection. It is called a cell. So this particular cell has a name or an address called C2. Why? Because we have an intersection between a column C and a row 2. Column C and a row 2 intersect each other here. So they form a room there. That room is called a cell, and that cell has an address C2. So if I click here, you could see that I have column I, row 9 as the cell address. So once you know this concept, I think you will not have any problem. So any other box you see here, any other boxes you see here, they are called the cell, and each of them has its own address. So by default, Microsoft Office Excel has three sheets. So just look at only one sheet. I have more than 10,000 rows. So look at, I have like 3 sheets. What am I going to use it for? Well, it depends on what you're doing. So if you are using 210, if you are using 213, 216 and the latest version, I think there's only one sheet there, but you can add a sheet there. How? By you just right click on one of the sheets and then say click on insert sheet. You insert a sheet, it will ask you what is that worksheet. Yes, it's worksheet I want to add. I'll add it to become 4. Now you see how we can add a sheet there. So if you're done with that, then know that this is the navigation scroll bar. You navigate to the left or to the right depending on how you're using it, and that is the horizontal navigation bar. This one is the vertical navigation bar. You use this point to scroll down or up. Then we have the zoom bar here. First of all, we have the view, that is page layout view. Then we have the page break preview. Then the zoom in option here. You can zoom out or you zoom in by clicking on the minus sign or the plus sign. So I think this is the overview. Oh, sorry, I forgot about this one. This one, in each of the window you open in your computer, you must have these 3 things. Have you may hike you may likely have these 3 things. That is the minimize button. You minimize your window, or you restore down your window. Let's say, for example, if your window looks like this, it doesn't fit the screen. You can click on the center icon there to restore it up, and then it will fit to the screen. Then this button is for you to close this particular book. So Microsoft Excel is a book. It's a book that has sheets inside. It's a book that has sheets inside, and inside each sheet there are tables, or there are ledgers. Sometimes they say ledgers, and I think not all of us are familiar with ledger, but let me just use table. Permit me to use table. Each sheet has a particular table, and each that table has a cell. So these are the cells. So it looks like table now. You draw vertical and horizontal lines, so it looks like table. So this is, I think, a summary overview of the Microsoft Excel window. So once you know this, then you get ready, get your pen, get your writing material, get your ruler, get your eraser. So we dig into the training for part. So this is just an introduction. So please, if you watch this video and you like this video, please, you can do us good by liking it, and by doing so, you are telling YouTube to recommend this particular video to people that are out there looking or sorting for this type of knowledge. I still remain Samson Albert, your instructor. Bye bye. See you in my next video.